septum piercing equals bad. Now I need to tread lightly because my girlfriend has some nose rings, but I heard this video is popping off. It's called explaining the nose ring theory, dude. I have no idea what this is about. Some sort of, if you have a nose ring, your opinion is invalid, or some sort of, if you have a nose ring, you lean a certain way politically. I don't know what this video is gonna be about. By the Dadvocate. The Dadvocate. All right, let's do it, dude. Explaining the nose ring theory. Let's go.
Hey again, guys.
Hi.
I've got a fun one for you today that I think you're going to find interesting.
Okay.
The nose ring theory. And I just know that when I say that, half of you are going to be confused, and the other half of you somehow know exactly what I'm talking about, even if you've never heard of it before.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle, dude. I kind of know what she's talking about. I'm kind of confused.
I'll explain everything I've learned about this theory, show you some examples, and then give you my 2 cents on this whole thing.
All right.
To take you on the journey that I went down to get here, I'll show you the video that I first saw that introduced me to this whole thing.
So I'm 24 years old, and I've been trying my hand at dating men specifically for probably about 5-6 years now, in a serious way. I'm single up.
This bitch looks like Satan's general. What is going on here, dude? Yeah, okay.
Moment, my boyfriend and I just broke up recently, and I have probably dated about like 4 to 5 men, seriously.
Okay.
Keep running into the same issues every single time I date a man, and I've been trying to like really get to the root of what it is. And now I know what you're thinking, you probably have a type. I do not have a type. These men don't know each other, they're not friends, they're not from the same area, they don't look alike. I really do not have a type.
Dude, I don't have a type. They don't know each other. What? Dude, I don't have a type. They don't even know each other or anything like that. What? I think at this point it's her problem. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but if it's not working out over and over and over again, might be a you problem. Might be a you problem. I don't know. Let's keep watching though. I don't know. Let's not judge a book by its cover here. She might look like one of Satan's generals with all this metal in her face, but you know, she could be a good person. Let's see.
The only thing that these men have in common is that they are men. I really have been reflecting a lot and trying to figure out what like the root of all these issues is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, but I'm not the reason that any of these relationships ended. One of the main issues that I've come to recognize is that I don't think men are really socialized to know what it means to truly love someone, like love their partner and care for their partner. Obviously, I'm not saying this is all men, but I think it's just not normalized for them to like, I don't know, just like, I guess I don't know how to phrase it. What I'm saying, for example.
I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess I have no idea of what I'm even trying to say right now. Satan's genitals? I said Satan's general. I can't say nothing around here, dude. We're really early into the video, so I don't want to say much, but I've had my guy friends tell me this, and I've had my friends that are girls tell me this. Like, oh, it's just not working out with these partners over and over and over again. At some point, it is a you problem. You just kind of got to admit it, dude. If you dated 5-10 people and it all didn't work out, there's probably something going on. You know, it's not just men don't know how to love or men don't know, like something's probably going on, dude. I'm just saying.
Is that every single one of these men individually has looked me in my eyes and told me that I am the love of their life, I'm the most important person in their life, that they would take a bullet for me, and every single one of them has treated me horribly, okay?
Ooh,
I don't know about
unlucky.
you, but when I tell somebody they're the love of my life and that they're the person I care about the most, I show it. I'm treating them accordingly. Part of it that really trips me up is that they believe it. They actually believe in their heart that I'm the love of their life and I'm the person they care about the most. I start calling it out. I would be like,
do they, or do they just want some goth mommy strange? I mean,
you do not love me and you do not care about me. Like, point blank, period. Otherwise, you wouldn't be treating me badly. And they will argue and they get genuinely like offended. They get offended. I honestly pity them because I don't think they're socialized to know what that means. And like, I don't know how to get it across in a meaningful way to them. Like, they just don't listen. And I'll be like, okay, you wouldn't have done this bad thing to me if you actually loved me in the way that you say you do. Like, that is not what love is. That's not what love is. When you love someone, you don't do things to intentionally or even unintentionally hurt them.
True.
Why is that considered love to you? I'm just like, I don't know where it's coming from. I honestly pity them because that has to be awful, but like, I can't handle it anymore, dude.
So
she's being very vague. Yo, none of these guys worked out, and I don't know how to explain it, but they all are just awful people, and it's not my fault, and it's not me. I didn't do nothing. They just don't know how to love, and it's not on me, dude. I want to know what the guys did exactly. She's just like, yeah, dude, like, they said they loved me and then they just did stuff and that's about it. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. I did nothing wrong. Men in general just do not know how to love, dude. I mean, I'm of the thought process that usually I feel like if you look like this, and I don't want to make a overgeneralization here, but if you're a goth mommy with a bunch of piercings and tattoos and all this stuff, people might just see you as a fun time. Like, I don't want to be rude or nothing like that, but people might just see you as a fun time if you look like this. Like you know?
Because that has to be awful, but like, I can't handle it anymore, dude.
So in this video, this girl is describing her troubles with finding a good man.
Yep.
She insists that she doesn't have a type, that none of these men really have anything in common, but for some reason, in the end, they always end up treating her horribly. And this led many in the comments to speculate that it must be something about her that is the common denominator.
Must be the nose rings. She's evil, she's lying. She's the problem, it's the nose rings.
And unfortunately, since it's such a short TikTok video and we don't really get much insight onto greater parts of her personality, and she's not very open about what her most major flaws are to figure out why she's attracting such mean men or why her relationships are always driven to turmoil, people began to theorize, because it's one of the most noticeable things about her, that it could potentially have to do with the amount of piercings she has. In fact, these two comments right next to each other say, the piercing theory is so true, with over 700 likes. And again, don't know, don't care, nose ring theory.
Doesn't matter what you said, girl, you got nose rings.
With over 1,200 likes. So you might be wondering, like I did, what about having a bunch of metal in your face would cause someone to treat you poorly? I mean, sure, the style isn't everyone's type, but these men were clearly attracted enough to her to date her, so then what is it that's causing the relationships to not go well? So I decided to look into what these men were referencing when they...
Like what I said, dude, if you have a bunch of piercings and tattoos and all that stuff, you just seem like you're living life on the wild side. You might just seem like a good time. That's all I'm saying. Not like a wifey or a stable relationship, but just a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Talked about the piercing theory or the nose ring theory. And this was the top video I found.
Have y'all ever heard of the septum piercing theory? If you have a septum piercing, you may not want to look it up, but I'm always the last person to hear about shit. So this is common knowledge. It's dead ass.
See, my girlfriend has a septum piercing, so let's see what's happening.
It's actually dead ass, because it says that every person that has a septum piercing makes their trauma their entire personality.
And she agrees? It's dead ass.
Like I said, dead ass.
Damn, straight from the horse's mouth.
I don't think this is always true, because I don't think that's true with my girlfriend, but I think that is true a lot of the time. Usually if you have a septum piercing, you're like some sort of depressed, or you're like ridden with anxiety. And you definitely have some trauma if you have a septum piercing. That's just what I've experienced. I have both sides of my nose pierced. Annie, so you're a part of the nose ring theory. No, they said septum. I think you're right. I think nose ring theory is not just regular nose rings. I think they are talking about primarily septum piercings. Because people have nose rings all the time, but usually, from what I've seen, septums are usually the problem child there.
Yes.
Damn, straight from the horse's mouth. Or maybe I should say straight from the bull's mouth. You know, because you get it, you get it.
This is why women aren't funny. The people I know with septum piercings have some issues, but they don't make it their whole personality. I don't think septum piercing equals bad. At least not yet. We still got some more video to watch.
If even the person with the nose ring is saying it's true, I mean, there's gotta be something there. And this is just even more hilarious when we take that theory and then reference back to the first video where the girl was making her relationship trauma her entire personality. Okay, that might have been a little reductive.
Nah,
After
I don't
all,
think
it
she was
was
doing
just
that.
one video. Surely her entire profile.
This one video, dude.
Yo, you guys never told me how cool it is to have a dad. Like, this is a secret that's been kept from me, okay? I grew up with 3 moms. My mommy issues are off the charts.
How is that even possible? She grew up with 3 moms? What is going on up in that house, dude?
Okay, sure. I mean, so maybe she doesn't have a dad and has a ton of self-proclaimed mommy issues, but that doesn't mean trauma's her entire personality.
True.
I have psoriasis. Not like a little psoriasis.
Oh, Jesus.
Like all over my entire body. When I tell you, my whole body looks like this.
What is
Okay,
that?
so she has a bit of medical trauma too, but
Medical
I mean,
stuff?
there's more to her.
Nothing normal can ever happen to me. I think I attract chaos.
Okay, so attracting chaos, it might be a little red flag, but I mean, there's gotta be something normal here.
She attracts chaos? Well, dude, when you look like one of Sauron's minions, one of Satan's generals, you might attract a little bit of chaos, dude. I imagine Satan's genitals are pretty chaotic. Generals, dude, I said generals. Not genitals. Maybe she does look like one of Satan's genitals, though. You might be onto something.
Not to be a man-hater or anything. Actually, no, fully to be a man-hater. Fully to be a
Okay.
man-hater.
Oh, okay, I guess she
Alright.
also just doesn't like men. I mean, you could have brought
Okay,
that up
yep.
when you were theorizing on why your relationships with men might be going poorly.
Ooh.
I'm starting to connect the
Yeah.
dots. Now, when I first started looking into nose ring theory, I didn't think that I would take it seriously at all. I thought it would just be a good laugh. But the more I looked into it, the more I think that it might actually hold some weight, because I did find quite a number of studies that have strong correlations between individuals with a lot of piercings and tattoos and how they are perceived and who they attract.
Yep. I bet she's just always negative, so obviously she's gonna attract negativity. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? She's saying she hates men, but then her relationships with men keep not working out. You do see that all the time. I hate men, I hate men, I hate men, but then their relationships keep not working out because they keep saying they hate men, just all negative, 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 negative. Then the relationship doesn't work out. Who could have seen that coming? Plot twist, the blondie has a septum piercing flipped up and hidden in her nose. She does look like a girl that would have a piercing, is the funny thing. I don't know why, but she just does look like the type of girl to have a septum piercing. End of the video, she just flips it down and the screen goes black.
The study seems to and how they are perceived and who they attract. This study seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos scored significantly higher than those without for sensation-seeking and risk-taking behaviors. This other study that I found seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos, specifically women, scored significantly higher for extroversion and assertiveness, meaning they are more aggressive socially. This study that I found in Psychology Today examines how people with tattoos and piercings are perceived, and the most popular finding was that they are perceived to be more sexually promiscuous, and that they tend to attract people who are looking for more casual relationships than serious ones.
This is exactly what I was talking about. I mean, I'm just one of the smartest streamers on the platform. I literally was just talking about this. Studies literally just proved my point. This is why y'all need to watch MichaelOE, dude. I know what I'm talking about, dude. I'm smart, jacked, smell good, humble. Wow, dude, you're so humble. Thank you, I know. Did you call that or did you call that? I called that.
And many other studies seem to point to people with piercings and tattoos having higher correlations with impulsivity and more experience with trauma and adversity.
100%.
This study from BMC Psychology seemed to find a strong correlation between body modifications and people who experienced childhood abuse and neglect. And this one really stood out to me. This one found a notable prevalence of individuals with a high number of body modifications and borderline personality disorder.
Oh, oh shit. I mean, let's think about it. Let's think about it logically, though. Are you going to go to a tattoo parlor and tat up your body or literally pierce your face, put a bunch of metal in your face? If you have zero trauma, probably not. That shit hurts. That shit hurts, dude. But hey, you've endured worse, dude. You have trauma. You've endured worse. So what is a tattoo or a piercing? Kind of makes sense.
This is not to say that individuals with piercings and tattoos are all degenerate problem children undeserving of love. I myself have a belly button piercing and an entire side piece, and I find myself to be pretty well adjusted and have had a lot of success in it.
You're an awful person. She has a belly button piercing and a side tattoo? I was lied to. Belly button piercing theory.
My relationships. But it does beg the question, could there be any legitimacy to the nose ring theory, or is it mostly just something that jerks shout at people they disagree with online when they happen to have a nose ring? My ultimate conclusion? Probably both. Obviously, even with all of these studies and research papers, you're never going to be able to make a correct, sweeping blanket generalization about every one kind of person who looks a certain way. In the case of the first video we watched, where the girl is describing her issues with relationships with men, we know that people did at least initially find her very attractive, as she even cites at the end of the video that I cut off that both men and women have described completely falling in love with her. And when I first listened to her story, I wasn't even making any judgments about her physical appearance. I was truly waiting for the other shoe to drop of when she was going to describe some consistent patterns of behavior that might lead to all of this correlation. In her case, I definitely think that being a vocal man-hater was probably the linchpin in the disruption in her relationships with men, but certainly not all women with piercings and tattoos feel that way. In fact, here are some examples of super pierced and tattooed girls in very happy relationships with men.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, she just has a whole ass Halloween costume on. That's insane. Cool makeup, yeah. I mean, holy shit. This guy's dating Bunko the Clown. I'm sorry. I'm not hating, I'm really not, but I don't understand how that's comfortable. There's no way that can be comfortable. This girl's putting on a Kiss costume every day. And then she has her little golden retriever boyfriend, dude. Many such cases. Why does this make me so uncomfortable, dude? Oh, there he is. Best cat dad ever. There he is, dude. What is this? I think a lot of the times these younger guys will just do anything for some goth mommy. You know what I'm saying? Doing my pretty boyfriend's eyeliner and realizing I finally feel safe. Oh, that's good though. That's cute. That's good.
Also, it's so funny how they always go for the nerdy gamer guys. But
Many such cases.
this is what makes the nose ring theory so complex, because if the first video were to be enough to prove that it's accurate, then all of these other videos should be enough to disprove it, right?
Yep.
At the end of the day, the nose ring theory is just that, a theory, an idea worth discussing. Is it true that people with a lot
That's just a theory. A nose ring theory.
of tattoos and piercings tend to be a bit more rebellious, chaotic, and traumatized?
100%.
Yeah, probably, but does it make them inherently undateable?
No.
No. Some of them.
No.
Some of them are absolutely undateable, but
Oh,
not
for
all
sure.
of them. As with most things, it's a case-by-case scenario,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always more important to pay attention to how a person behaves or what they believe in than it is to try and find secret clues in how they look or dress.
Yep.
Anyway, that has been my analysis on nose ring theory. If you liked my coverage, please drop a like on the video. Consider subscribing. We
W.
are so close to the big 500,000, the big 500,000 subscribers.
Nice.
And drop any comments that you have on the subject down below, because that also helps boost me in the algorithm
Yep.
and grow my channel. And if
Yep.
you want even more from me than you can find here, consider joining my Patreon at patreon.com/thedadvocate.
I'm being sold
early
to.
access to my videos, exclusive content, and exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else.
I'm being plugged.
Thank
I'm
you
being sold to.
so much for watching all the way until the very end. I will catch you in the next one.
Nice,
Till
dude.
soon.
The Dadvocate. Justice? I can't really tell, you know, what this girl's all about. But yeah, yo, W video. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Does septum piercing equal bad? But obviously, this first girl, she's saying she hates men, so therefore her relationships aren't working out. I don't think that's really a nose ring problem. I think that's her issue. Because as we see in so many examples, you know, Satan's generals can find love. W the Dadvocate for the video, dude. Gonna go ahead and like this. It was a pretty well put together video. Let me share it to you guys. As always, we appreciate reacting to everybody's content, dude. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, notification bell. That's about it, dude.